Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a while. I haven't been on YouTube much, but I recently started Twitch streaming and getting back into it. So, one game that I haven't played in a long time that I feel like getting back into is FTL, Faster Than Light. Completely deleted my save file from a while back, and we're gonna give this a fresh start. And let's get right into it. So we're gonna do a new game. At first, this is the only ship we have to start. There are plenty others we can unlock, and even different types of a lot of the ships. For now, the only one we have is the Kestrel. Notice all these different systems. We'll kind of explain these as we go. Yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to rename the ship, because what I've seen some people do is, they have a little prefix they like to put on their ships just to kind of personalize a little bit, and I like that idea. So, what are we gonna call it? We are the ChirpingMatt fleet, so we are the CMF Kestrel. That's what we'll do. So all our ships will be CMF something. Alright, we're going in with Advanced Edition enabled. It's basically just like DLC they added in later into the game. And we are going on hard mode, because I'm used to this game. I've played it quite a bit, and I consider myself pretty good at it. Plus, like, I like a good challenge, so I usually stick to hard modes in pretty much any games I play. So let's get right into it. So here we go. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Tip: choices. Result of most choices have multiple outcomes. You can never be sure what will happen. So I guess, yeah. So the story of this is we are one of the last remnants of the Galactic Federation. A federation is like a union, it's sort of like the United Nations for the galaxy and alien races. And the rebellion is just a group of humans who say, fuck the other races, let's just do this on our own. And we're out there to stop them. And we have the plans. We know their secret weapon, and we know how to stop it. We need to get this to the Federation base to save the Federation and push back the rebellion. So we start off with 3 crew on this ship. You can have the crew man different stations, and it'll just give you different boosts to some of your systems. So let's go through this system really quick. Right here we got the piloting system. You need an active pilot to be able to jump to different beacons, and also if your pilot is not manned, you have no dodge chance. Like, you just get hit by all the bullets. What kind of bullets are you talking about? Well, we'll see. When we get into a combat, you'll see this in action. Engines help you with your dodge chance. The more power you have in your engines, the higher the dodge chance gets. Weapons, pretty self-explanatory. You need power into your weapon systems to keep your weapons up and running and have them charging and ready to fire. Oxygen system. Your ship needs to have oxygen, otherwise your crew starts suffocating. We got a medbay here. The shield generator that can absorb some shots and slowly replenishes itself back. Just keeps your ship safe from damage. We got the door system. Basically what you use to open and close all the doors in your ship. If you upgrade it, the doors get stronger to prevent enemy boarders. We'll also see, you'll kind of see that more in action once we end up getting boarded by enemies. And we've got the sensor ship. The more upgrade, it just lets you see things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. The higher upgraded sensor you have, the more information you get on the enemies. So without further ado, let's get going. I guess before we do, gotta explain the resources. So there's 4 main resources in the game. We've got fuel. You need to use up 1 fuel each time you make a jump to a new beacon. If you run out of fuel, well, you're screwed. Maybe we'll see what happens when you get new fuel. But, well, just remember, you gotta have plenty of fuel. Missiles, some weapons, like this Artemis missile launcher we've got here. you need to have ammunition to fire it. There's other weapons like lasers and beams that you don't need ammunition for, but missile weapons you do need, and that's your ammunition. If you run out, you can't use those weapons. And we get drone parts. There are certain systems that use drone parts, especially hacking and drone control. We don't have any of those currently equipped, but later down the line we'll probably see those in action. And the last one is scrap. Scrap is basically the currency of the game. It's just like metal scrap parts. You can exchange them in shops for other materials or new systems, or you can actually use them to upgrade your current systems, like here. You can upgrade all systems, and you also need to upgrade your reactor. That basically determines how much total power you can give to all your systems. So, that little initial exposition done, let's get right into the game. So, there'll be a few different types of beacons you can jump to. Each sector, you're going to start in a particular spot towards the left of the map. Your end goal is to get to the exit beacon and jump to the next sector. Along the way, you're going to have a lot of options of where you can go. In fact, if you hover over one, you can see which all beacons are in range of each other to jump to. Sometimes you'll get special beacons like these distress beacons. They say it's basically like special event types that happen when you go to them. And there's also nebula fields and what happens is when you go into the nebula, the rebels pursue you slower. What do you mean by that? We'll see once we jump to a few beacons. But also, our sensors don't work when we're in the nebula. So, let's just kind of look at what's happening here. I'm going to jump to this distress beacon first, and let's see what happens here. A small civilian ship flies over. As soon as you arrive, you're prepared to fight, but they just inform you that they're out of FTL fuel and can't jump. You can either give them fuel to make the jump, and presumably get some reward for it, or you can apologize, wish them luck, and continue on. Basically like, sucks to suck, sorry, bye. Let's be nice and give them the fuel. We give them the fuel. It takes 5 from our stores. That's precious fuel, but we can get it back later. And what they do for us. Thank you so much. We don't have much to offer, but have a look at the sector scans we took. Your map is updated. That is sweet. So now we have updated information on the entire sectors. It reveals all the distress and store beacons. It also tells us if there are any environmental hazards anywhere. Plus, it tells us that there are ships waiting in certain locations. So this allows us to plan out our route a little more, in a little more detail. Generally, going to the beacons that have ships in them is a good idea, because usually, the more ships you can fight, the more scrap you will get, and the more scrap and resources you will get to help you along your journey. But it also means danger, because you have to fight those ships to get those rewards. Let's see what we're gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna curve around up here, go through a lot of these ships, and then see what the store has for us. I think that's the plan here. So let's go to this beacon. And what do we got here? There's a ship with pirate markings orbiting the nearby planet. You receive his hail. Anything is possible for the right price. Oh, he's offering to offer us, hire them to delay the rebels, hire them to scout the sectors. Don't need that, but we don't have the scrap anyway. We can also fight the ship, because they are pirates. They're not really doing a good thing here. Or we can just wish him on his way. Let's fight this guy. Let's get into combat. So, mercenaries are worse than rebels. The only honorable course is to engage the mercenary in battle. Exactly. Alright. So one cool thing about it, you can pause and take time to think. So let's explain really quick. When you're using your weapons, you're basically locking on to some room in their ship. When you hit a room, that room takes damage, their systems get weaker, and so tactically you want to hit the systems that kind of help you get the best chance to win the fight without taking too much damage. one thing to note is they do have an overshield, this little green bar. That means they have 5 hits on their shield they can take instantly before we can even do anything. But that part of the shield does not regenerate. So we just gotta wear that down right now. They have a weapon launcher and a heavy laser, I think it's called. So yeah, our shield absorbed the heavy laser, but the missile hit us there. Thankfully, it targeted a room without a system, so we're not in any worse shape off in the fight than we were, other than having lost 1 health, which is not that big of a deal. So let's see. We're gonna use this Artemis cannon just to knock out the last of the shield. They took out our sensors. When you have no sensors, you can't even see inside your own ship other than the rooms where you have guys. But thankfully, that's not going to be too much of a problem right now. It's not our biggest worry in the fight. We took out their overshield. Now let's burst laser. Where do we want to fight? Let's do this on their weapons to try to take out their weapons so they can't do as much damage to us. We actually got all hits. It's very nice. Sometimes they will dodge your shots, especially if they have good piloting or engines. But thankfully these are all hitting. Looks like they didn't have too powerful engines. I'm going to hold off on the Artemis cannon now that we've got the burst laser up and going and doing a good job. Just because the missile does take ammo. So we had an event where basically the enemy ship realizes it's in a bad shape, and now it's trying to retreat. When enemy FTL charging, in order to charge up the FTL, and this applies to us too, you have to have working engines and piloting. So the ship's trying to escape, you can prevent that escape by just knocking out the piloting or engines. But we knocked them out before that could happen. The ship exploded, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. We had 2 fuel, a drum part, and 12 scrap. Very nice. Now let's send in a guy to fix the sensor systems really quick before we jump off to the next sector. So yeah. Yeah, in the first few sectors, you're not going to get too many materials from each fight, but just building them up slowly is the key, especially in the early stages of the game. Now, what I like to do with the scrap is I usually like to just kind of save it all, just kind of save up a lot of money and then hit a store and see what they've got. Because the stores are where you get the new systems, the new weapons, and all that jazz. So now you see this red field coming around. Those are the rebels trying to track us down because they know we know their secrets. And they're trying to kill us before we can deliver them to the Federation base and tell them how they need to fight the rebels. And they're also just kind of taking over the galaxy in general as well, but they're especially looking for us. So basically, you have to get to the exit. You basically have a certain amount of time to get to the exit, otherwise the rebels will catch up to you, and when they do catch up to you, they take over all the beacons, and then if you have to go to one of those beacons, it's a really hard fight. So we want to stay out of the rebel field. But we jump over to this beacon. You come across a large trade station. However, as soon as you approach, a warning goes out to all ships in the region. Do not associate with the Federation sympathizer. All who oppose the rebels will be punished. Yikes, looks like we're in bad waters here. But we can still search among the stores to see if someone will sell to you. Let's go ahead and do that. You search for a friendly marketplace, yields no result, but after a time a small shuttle approaches. They release some supplies in your direction with the message: "We are not all friends with the rebel fleet. Stay strong." Alright, we found an ally here that gave us some free materials just to help us in the fight. Very noble of them. But there's nothing else here for us. We still got plenty of fuel. We need to build up some scrap before we get to this store, but we're just gonna keep going along with this. Gonna jump to this sector. We knew there was a ship here, and it turns out it's a rebel fighter, and we gotta fight him. It's a forward scout of the rebel fleet, and they see us, and they're just trying to get away so they can warn the fleet about our position. This is not good, because if they get away, the rebels get an extra jump on us, which makes it that much harder for us to get through the sector. But we actually did get a miss there. If you saw, one of the cannons hit our shield, the other one missed, because our engines and piloting did their job. And also you can see if we hover over all these guys, they have different skills they can learn, and if they get levels up in the skill, they do better stuff for us. So the 4 stations they can man are, or it's the 4 main systems are the piloting, engines, shield, and weapons. If your piloting and engines are manned, you get a dodge bonus. If your weapons are manned, they recharge faster. If your shields are manned, the shield comes back faster. Those are basically the 4 main stations you want to have manned, and every time they dodge, piloting and engines go up. Every time you fire a weapon, the weapons go up. Every time you absorb a hit on the shields while your shields are manned, that skill goes up until you get level ups, and then the boosts go up. That's basically how that works. So we fired the missile, we knocked out their engines. That is good. It means they're both not getting away, and they can't dodge this burst laser. We knocked out both of their weapons. So now let's go for the shields. Kind of knock out their shields, let us do even more damage to them. Let's go for, well, only one of their weapons is online. That is safe for us because we do have the 1 shield. So let's go for the piloting instead, just to make absolutely sure they can't dodge us. See, they only have 1 shot, we have the 1 shield, we're not in any danger at all. So we just get off this last shot and they are dead. Very nice. The ship breaks apart and you're relieved to know you are still 1 step ahead of the fleet. We get 2 missiles, a drone part, and 14 scrap. Let's get right back into it. We bit that rebel ship, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to this beacon that has another ship. We already know we're in danger. It's a rebel fighter. It's just a rebel ship that's been patrolling this region and sees us and begins its assault. But another fight with the rebels. Well, that's the same thing we did before. Let's take out the engines, and then we get a free shot on the weapons to take them out. Although they actually hit our weapons, which thankfully only took out our missile, which we already got, but the missile missed. So now we gotta go through the shield to get this off. So we need all of them to hit if we want to take out both weapons. We only got one of them to hit, which means the missile is still active, which is bad because it's the one that can get through us. And it knocked out our shields. That is not good. We are going to take this guy that was in the engine room, move him over to fix the shields, because that is a priority we need to take care of right away. Come on, knock out the rest of their weapons. We didn't quite do that, and this is just getting worse by the moment, because they keep hitting our weapons, and we can't get that missile launcher back online to get an advantage here. Thankfully that hit a system listen room, but we hit the shields, but it just what was I thinking? They had just fixed the damage on the shield, so they just got their, we hit the rest of their weapons, but they had just fixed a level of their weapons, so they got their missile launcher right back. We're gonna try to hit it again, knock it back offline, and there we go. Hopefully it stays offline for a little bit. God, we're gonna send both of these guys in to fix the shields. We're gonna have the Artemis missile attack the weapons. There we go. Keep those weapons offline. Now let's go for engines to reduce their dodge chance, and also they are trying to escape now because they realize they're losing this fight. So we gotta finish them fast, but taking out their engines definitely helps with that. It also means they can't dodge this missile, which should kill them. There we go. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. 3 fuel, a drone, and 18 scrap. Very nice. We're building up a store of scrap here. It's very nice. Now one thing you'll note is the guy that was, since we had a guy in the weapons room when it got hit, he took some damage. So we need to send him to the med bay. But we don't have enough power to power everything, so we're going to temporarily take a power out of engine to put it into the med bay, just to heal him back up. We need to send Big B back to his position in the engine room, and now that he's heals up, send Fish back to the weapons room. Redistribute the power. We are good to go. Let's make the next jump. Alright. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. So basically, he's trying to tax us for coming to his space. So we can just pay it 18 scrap and not have to fight him. Or we can say no and just fight him anyway. Let's fight him. Because I'd rather not lose scrap just to duck out of a fight. Too bad, you will regret this decision. Alright, so this is new. We gotta pause for a little. We just got boarded because their ship has a teleporter system, which means they could take one of their guys and send him onto our ship. But unfortunately, they made the questionable decision to put him in the med bay. So let's send our guy in to fight him, and in fact, to increase his odds, let's take a power out of engines and put it into the med bay, so that our guy fighting him heals while he's fighting. Easy life. Let's see. We're gonna save our missile here. We're not gonna fire it. We're gonna... So he also has a beam weapon. Beam weapons can't get through shields, but since he has the laser that knocked out the shield, this could hurt us. But we're gonna fire this burst laser. We gotta try to take out the weapons. So that laser took out our oxygen tank. We'll send the engines guy over to fix the oxygen. And we need to do that quick, otherwise we'll start suffocating. As you can see, we're losing oxygen. But this is not too much of a problem because their weapons are down. Now, sometimes, instead of trying to escape, the ship, when they realize they were losing, will offer a surrender instead. You can either take those resources, surrender, or keep fighting and just take what you get for beating them. Generally, you just gotta get a feel for what is a good surrender offer and when you can probably get more just by killing the ship. Their surrender offer is 2 missiles, a drone, and 7 scrap. It's not a very good offer. So, we're gonna keep fighting him and just knock him out. First, let's get these guys back to their stations, put the power back into engines, and attack their engines so they can't dodge. They teleported another guy on here, well, and they were smart enough not to go to the engine room this time, so let's send both those guys into the shield room to fight that guy. And by the way, this guy is a rock man. He's one of the alien races in this game. He moves slow, is immune to fire, and has additional health. So he's going to be a little bit harder to fight, which is why I sent both guys in there. So the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useless scrap material. We get a fuel and 12 scrap and the 2 missiles. So we basically traded a drone for a missile, or a drone for a fuel, and got a little extra scrap by refusing to surrender offer. So that was a good decision. Alright. But yeah, we gotta deal with this intruder now. Let's power up the med bay because we're gonna have to go there soon. By the way, I mentioned they're immune to fire. Sometimes when your ship gets hit, it can start a fire in the room, which is bad because it hurts guys in the room and it slowly damages the system in that room, if there is a system. There are 2 ways to fight fire. You can either send a guy in, send people into that room to put out the fire, or you can starve the room of oxygen, which will put the fire out. We might see both of those methods in action depending on what happens when we get a fire. So, I think my plan here is we're going to go to this last beacon with a ship, cut over to the store, and go over to the exit through this beacon. And we'll have some time to explore these ones with ship to get a little extra scrap before we leave. So, let's go head over to this beacon and see what's here. So you come across a pirate in hot pursuit of an unidentified ship. You quickly receive a transmission from the pirate. Stay out of this fight and we'll make it worth your while. So basically this guy is chasing down another ship and he's saying, don't be a hero, we'll even pay you just to stay out of it. We're not going to do that, we're going to fight this guy. Because if you save another ship in a fight, you can sometimes get extra materials from the ship you saved. So we're going to attack the pirate here. The pirate ship stops its pursuit and locks weapons onto your ship. Alright, ooh, okay. And they've got a burst laser just like us, and that's definitely going to get through our shield. So, we could take some damage here in this fight. So we're going to just focus almost entirely on their weapon system because we want to knock out that burst laser as soon as possible. We took some damage in the weapons. We're going to move the guy from the engine room in there to fix that as fast as possible. So it looks like We're not going to get their weapons offline unless all these hit. Actually, we did get all the hit, and right before the burst laser was about to fire, we just saved ourselves some damage there. Get everyone back to their stations, power that Artemis missile back up. I don't think we'll be needing it, but we do want to fire again at the weapons just to make sure the burst laser doesn't come back on. Fine. Our previous officer was not generous enough. Let's improve it. We can accept the more generous bribe and go on our way, or we can keep attacking. Now that is a pretty good bribe, all things considered. It's not too much scrap, but there's a lot of good materials in there. But it is mostly missiles. I'm not a huge fan of missiles. I like to switch away from missile weapons as soon as possible, just so you don't have to keep up ammunition stores in order to use them. But 3 fuel still is pretty good. But there still is the fact that they were chasing another ship, and we can save that other ship and get extra rewards from them. So I'm going to keep attacking. And let's go for the shields next. Take down their shields, just make it easier for us to hit them even harder. Alright, they have no shields. Aim for their piloting, just so that if the first one hits, they can't dodge the next ones. Bam, and they're dead. So was rejecting the offer a good idea? We only got 8 scrap, so as far as scrap goes, we got exactly the same. But now we have to see what the ship we just saved does. Upon closer inspection, you realize the ship under attack was a rebel scout. It's too damaged to put up much of a fight. We can destroy the ship and salvage it, or we can use their leverage we gained by saving their lives to convince them to delay the pursuing fleet. That could be good. It gives us a chance to visit an extra beacon before we leave. So do we... The thing is, we do know from all the information we got that there is another beacon with a ship there in range. So we could go there and take our chance with that, or we could just destroy this ship and take our rewards from it. I say, let's let them go and tell them to stop the fleet, so we can visit this extra beacon and still have plenty of time to make our way around there. So we'll take our chances. Alright, we come on another rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling post. The weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. We're gonna intervene to defend the post. The rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. Yeah, someone does defy the rebel fleet. The Federation, bitches. Okay. We're gonna attack the engines. That hit our engines. So our dodge chances reduced for now, but we're still in good shape. We're gonna attack the weapons next. We knocked both of them out. Very nice. Let's go for the shields next. Oh, they have a drone system, and they don't have any drones around their ship or attacking ours. So it means their drone is probably a repair drone. So I think we may have to stick with. We have to still be firing the Artemis missile, but actually not for now because their shields are also offline. So we can get this first shot on the piloting. They can't dodge the rest of them, and that's exactly what happened. We win this fight. Ship breaks apart. We get 2 missiles, drone, 13 scrap. Continue, and what does the outpost do? They say the pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for the help. It goes 4 fuel and 18 scrap. Yeah, that was a good haul. So I think choosing to delay that ship instead of salvaging it was probably a good idea. We'll never know for sure because we can't see what both has given us. But with the amount of materials we got from that one, I think it's safe to assume that was probably the best decision. And we also got the fuel to make up for rejecting that surrender offer from Pirate. So, all in all, that was pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Alright, let's see what they have here. They're mostly selling drones, and they have a few systems for sale. The drone control, crew teleporter, or a backup battery. Crew teleporter lets you take your crew and send them onto the opponent's ship to attack their systems or kill their crew. But we currently don't have enough people on board for that to really be worth it, because we'd have to leave systems unmanned in order to do that. So I think we gotta leave that on the table for now. The drone control system we could buy only comes with the repair drone. And it costs too much to buy any of the other drones to get anything to go with it. So I think we're gonna have to leave the drone control alone as well. And the backup battery, it's a subsystem that lets us give extra power to the system. Power is not really an issue to us right now, so I think we gotta leave that as well. And that's all as far as the components for the ship we can buy, but we can stock up on materials and fix some damage. Currently I think we're good, but we have some money. Let's repair back up a little bit. I'm not going to repair all the way just because there are some events that can get you some repairs, so I like to leave myself with a little bit of damage left to repair just so I can capitalize on those events when they do come up. But we do want to repair a little bit. Just make sure we're in good position. We've got plenty of fuel, enough missiles that should last us, and we don't currently care about how many drones we're carrying, so that's all good from the store. Now that I've spent there, let's kind of look at what the upgrades we can take here. I think the most important one is we can upgrade our shields to give us 2 shield layers instead of just 1. This costs us quite a bit. We have to buy 2 upgrades on the shield and 2 more power on the reactor in order to power it up. But we have exactly enough money to do all that. So let's do it. We have a 2nd layer of shields now. We are more protected than before. Also, I need to send those guys to the med bay really quick to heal them back up. Just get them back to full health so we don't have to worry about them dying in freak accidents. And let's keep going. I'm going to jump to this sector that is currently unmanned. I forgot to put the power back into engines really quick. Your jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there's nothing else around. So, we just get a look at a cool star system, but not really anything else for us. So we're just going to make the jump to the next beacon. And there's a ship here. Let's see what's going on. It is an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Let's intervene to defend that outpost. Detecting your height, the automated ship moves in to engage your ship. They have an ion weapon. So what ion weapons do is, instead of doing damage to the ship, they stun the systems. If it hits one of your shields, the stun automatically goes to your shield system. But it can also stun your other systems if you don't have shields. The only other weapon is a basic burst cannon. Our 2 layers of shields should be enough so that we don't take any damage. So I don't think we should have to waste any of our missiles to deal with this ship. We can just take our time and beat him the old-fashioned way with the lasers. Take out their piloting just so they don't dodge any. And yeah, that ion weapon, it actually does 2 ion damage, so it knocked out a full layer of shields, but we still have that other layer of shields to block the laser, so this isn't a problem at all. In fact, we're going to leave the weapons up just so that we can try to dodge some of them to get experience on those piloting and engine skills. I don't think we did get any, but take what you can get. The ship breaks apart, you quickly salvage what you can, 2 fuel, missile, and 8 scrap. The outpost hails you after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for the help. We've been harassed non-stop by those scouts. Take this on the house. A missile, a drone, 17 scrap. Very nice. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Actually, it's not as tricky as I thought. When you start getting towards the exit, you kind of have to be able to tell how many jumps you really have before the exit itself gets taken over. And the exit can get taken over by the rebels, and if you kind of take too long to get to the exit, you're gonna have to fend off a rebel ship while you're charging up the FTL to make the exit. But both of these beacons are actually connected to the exit, so we don't have to worry too much about whether or not we're going to get to the exit in time. So let's just jump to this one. A Mantis military ship appears on local radar alongside the remains of a human freighter. Prepare for a hostile encounter. Alright, well, it looks like, based on the text there, This Mantis just got done fighting a human ship, and now it's trying to kill us. If we can replenish that shield before that... Okay, so basically that weapon there was a charge laser. It can store up multiple shots. That one can only store up 2, and I was about to fire both shots, but we actually took out the weapon system before the second one came off, so we canceled out the second one. Very nice. Yeah, so they have like 3 firepower total, but as long as our shields come back fast enough, we still shouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, and Mantis is another one of the alien races. Well, we haven't actually seen them yet because we don't have good enough sensors to see inside the ship. But rest assured, we will see them plenty later. The ship explodes, leaving behind materials, 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 13 scrap. Okay, we don't get anything from the remnants of the ship that came alongside them. Yeah, we've got enough time to visit this beacon and still make it to the exit. And as you can see, this beacon I'm at is about to get taken over, which means it's no longer safe. And also, see, all these beacons got taken over by the field. What that means is if you go to that beacon, you'll have to fight a very strong rebel ship, plus there will be an artillery cannon firing at you the entire time, which is not good. Even after you defeat the rebel there, if you manage to defeat the rebel there, which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to because they're really strong ships. But anyway, we're going on. We find an automated scout floating near this beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. We can attempt to download the ship's data stores, or don't risk activating and just strip the ship for any useful scrap. Well, first of all, we already know everything that is in the sector, plus it's a little too late to do anything about it even if we didn't. But I'm actually going to do this so that we risk activating it and can fight it and try to get more than 8 scrap. Or we could just do it automatically and still get some good scrap. So we got map data, which is not useful, but we still got materials. So that was still worth it. Yep, and here we go to the exit on the last turn we possibly could. You arrived at the long-range beacon. Until when the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. There we go. Alright, and we also see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones. You receive an automated message: we don't know who you are and we don't care, but this is the right place for some ship repair. We can pay some scrap to get some repairs, but this is actually the same rate we could get as a regular store, so it's not really that worth it. Plus that whole thing of leaving some damage on you just so you can capitalize on repair events. So we're going to ignore that for now and just jump to the next sector. Now this is what the sector map looks like. Ultimately, all paths lead to the end here where you have to deal with the final boss. Along the way, there's a lot of different sectors you can visit. Among them, let's see, there are civilian sectors marked by green, for example, the Zoltan sectors and NG sectors, among others. There are red hostile sectors, which are controlled by races that are enemies of the Federation, which generally means you're going to have a little bit rougher time if you go there because you're going to run into a lot of enemies. There are also nebula sectors, where the entire field basically is a nebula. So you're going to have to traverse through an entire nebula basically without your sensors working. So looking at what we have here, I think I'm going to go with this path down here to the NG sector. We're going to have a variety of different kind of sector types to work with down there, which is why I kind of like that. So, we're heading off to the NG sector for Sector 2 of this first run we're doing. You have arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. Alright, so here's the system map. It's a little more sparse than the last one was, so we gotta be careful about making sure we have a path to actually get to the end. It's a very strange sector here. Let's go to this one and see what's here. come across a large trade station. However, as soon as you approach, a warning goes out to all ships. Do not associate with the Federation sympathizer. Well, we'll see if anyone will speak to us. We chose the wrong person, and we triggered an automated rebel ship that's gonna attack us. Oh, and this ship has a cloaking system. Cloaking system allows them basically to hide from all targeting systems for a certain amount of time, meaning we can't target him, and any shots we've already fired are way more likely to miss. We just did not replenish our shields fast enough for the laser there. We did take a damage of shields, but now the timing is a little bit more out of sync, so we should be able to block all the shots now. We took out their cloaking systems just so they don't hide away again. Take out the weapons just to make absolute sure they can't hurt us. And now we'll go for the piloting just to finish them off. And there we go. Ship explodes, leaving behind scrap material. Missile drone, 14 scrap. Nice. Alright, yeah. Yeah, and my kind of strategy with the first few jumps is just to if you get to a if you jump to a beacon where that is adjacent to another one, which basically just means it's close enough to jump, you can see whether or not it has like a distress beacon or a store beacon. It will reveal some information about the next beacon there. Not too much though, but enough that it's helpful. Because I mean, the main thing you're looking for is stores, just because that's where you're gonna get most of your extra systems and weapons and whatnot. You have arrived near an NG construction yard. Most NG maintain their bipedal appearance out of habit, but here you see a number of NG hives working together to create massive organic machines adept at building ship. Truly a sight to behold. We still haven't actually seen the NG yet. The NG are basically an alien race made up of a bunch of nanomachines. And they usually just look like humans, but they can form into other shapes as well. If you jump into the system, a pirate advances on your position. They are refusing all hails, preparing for a fight, so we had no choice but to fight this guy. We did not power our Artemis missiles back up. And they have a missile themselves. Missiles are good because they can get through any number of shields. So our priority is to try to take out their weapons. But 2 of our shots missed, so we didn't actually get any damage on the weapons. And now they hit our weapons again, which means we don't have any weapons powered up. We don't have enough system health to actually keep the burst laser up. They also hit our shields, which is not too important, because all that's the only thing that they really need to get through our shields is this stun ion weapon, but that's not really going to do damage to us, and the missile can get through our shield systems anyway, so it's not too much of a worry. We need to try to take out their missile though, and there we go. That's going to do it. We now have fire in the shield system. We need to put that out. I'm going to put it out by opening the doors, opening the airlock, taking out the oxygen of this room, and starving out these fires. That's one method of dealing with fires. And as you can see, when oxygen runs out of the room, it goes striped to tell you, hey, this is dangerous, don't go in that room, you're gonna get damaged. Alright, so now we should be good. So they got their missile launcher back up though. We took out, they actually had 2 levels of piloting, which is why they've been dodging so much, but we took their weapon systems back out. Please don't kill us, we'll give you everything we have. That's 6 fuel, 4 missiles, and 8 scrap. It's not too much scrap, but it's a lot of fuel, and fuel is precious. And if you have to buy some from stores, it costs you a decent amount. I'm actually going to take this surrender offer, because they weren't like, there wasn't another ship involved in this, so we're not going to get the chance for extra rewards or anything. Alright. So now that that's taken care of, the fire's gone, we need to close these doors and let the oxygen fill back up. In fact, we can open all the doors inside the ship to help the oxygen flow a little bit easier. Now send those guys into the shield room to fix that up. Actually, let's just get him fixing it. You need to heal up. Alright, and now that you're done healing up, go back into the shield and help him fix it up. Yeah, we're just gonna take our time, bring the shields back up. Man, that, they were on point with that missile launcher. Just hitting us where it really hurts. Let's close these doors again, just for the sake of it. And now, we are ready to go. Let's see what is here. The NG are waiting you at the beacon with their weapons online. They explain a computer virus that is wanted for hostile acts against the NG, multiple counts of binary scrambling, nano dissolution, and variable interference, and it's aboard our vessel. What? They insist you must destroy your ship to prevent the virus from escaping. Say, hold on. Let's try to purge the system code, or we can just attack the NG vessel. Well, let's see. Let's try to purge the system code. Wiping your engine core and shields proves useless. Eventually you trap the virus in the weapon system to purge it, but before you do, the NG grow restless and attack. Okay, well, we now have to fight this ship, and we have lowered systems in order to do it. So this NG ship had a hacking system and a drone system, and they're using their drone system to get a Mark II defense drone that shoots down any projectiles it fires at the ship. So this is not ideal. And they also have a laser and beam, which, because of our reduced shield, is actually a threat to us. So first we are going to fire this missile, mostly to distract the... yeah, it's mostly to distract the defense drone while we fire these other ones. We got one hit on there, which will knock out the defense drone. I don't know if it'll stay out long enough for us to take out some of their other systems, though. Alright, we got some damage on them. The weapon systems are down. Should give us some time to do a little damage here. I'm gonna try to take out their shielding. I didn't time that very well. That was just a waste of a missile, so I didn't time that. The music in this game is very good, by the way. It gets very intense. Let's fire that, and now the burst laser. It's missing too much. I think maybe the better thing is just to fire with just the burst laser. Because it looks like if they all hit, then as long as they don't dodge any, they should still get through the defense drone, but that is proving to be a little bit easier said than done. So what are we gonna do here? Let's try firing the laser first and then the missile and see if the missile gets through the drone. Nope. Maybe you try firing them at the same time this time. We took some damage in the med bay, but that's not too much to worry about. Alright, we're gonna try firing this at the same time. There we go. That did work better, but the missile missed. And this is not an easy fight here. It's a surprisingly difficult fight for Sector 2. The NG, don't fuck with the NG, apparently. We did finally beat them, though. With the ship destroyed, you detect the virus has abandoned your ship and disappeared somewhere else within the systems of the wreckage. It will likely infect whatever NG ship passes next, but your mission is too vital to risk reinfection by stopping it. Yeah, so we're just gonna walk away with the missile drone and 20 scrap. We lost a lot of missiles in that fight, which is not ideal. We're gonna send these two guys into the med bay to fix it, and also we're gonna have to heal up one of those guys. Alright, power up the med bay. Heal you back. Alright, everyone back to their positions. Redistribute power. And get ready to jump on over to the next sector. So we have a distress beacon and a store. Store is kind of out of the way though, so I don't know if we actually want to go there. Let's go up to this beacon first and then hit the distress beacon. A Federation encrypted signal is being broadcast from a nearby planet. It could be a trap. We could just ignore it, or we send an away party to investigate. Let's investigate it. As you approach the signal, you receive a message on a rebel channel. I knew we'd catch some Federation fish with this signal. Prepare to be boarded, scum. Alright, we got intruders on board, and we have a ship to fight. Well, that's not good. They're all heading for the shield system. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open these doors and kind of take all the oxygen out of this field and hopefully get them to leave that system. I'm actually gonna have to send in a nope, they already did knock out one of our shield layers, but we're actually getting them to follow us into the med bay. So we can power up the med bay and fight them in there. They knocked out the doors. Alright, we need to take out their weapons, because we don't want to be dealing with that too. Okay, the weapons are out. Whew, man, we're still losing that fight. We need to send the pilot in there as well. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of systems we need to fix here. But first, let's just focus on taking out this rebel fighter. Okay, knocked out the ship, but they got the missile back online. We need to send a missile to take it back out of commission. Alright, let's get you to... Actually, who's our engines guy? That's the engines guy. You go back and fix the engines. We'll have you two go into this deoxygenated room. First, you gotta fix the hull breach. By the way, some weapons also have a chance to put a breach in your hull, which means whatever room that breach is in will be drained of oxygen. You have to fix the breach before you can fix the system in that room. So they're gonna take damage while they're trying to fix that system. And we have to spend another missile to take the weapons back offline. They offer some goods if we don't destroy their ships. 3 fuel and 10 scrap. I don't think that's good enough. So we're gonna attack them. Let's have you guys actually go back to the medbay for now. You fixed the breach, so let's just wait for oxygen to come back into that room. Alright, we destroyed the ship. Yeah, we're gonna wait for oxygen. Okay, oxygen's back in that room enough so that they're not dying. We got a little bit extra scrap, but 1 less fuel. I'll call that a win. I'm fine with it. So once we fix this door system, we can gain control back of the doors. Let's close them all and then open the interior doors to get the oxygen flowing again. Now you two guys go fix the shields. Alright. Alright, we're running into some hitches here and there. We're actually pretty low on hull integrity, so we're gonna have to heal up soon. But for now, all is good. Let's visit this distress beacon and see what's going on here. You arrive at a smoldering NG research station. Its distress call unanswered. Attacked by pirates or mantis, most likely. There may be some left alive, or else something of value left on board. We can either ignore it or board the station. Let's board the station and try to help them. You send an away team to investigate, but there's nothing to save for the acidic stench of burnt NG parts. This place is dead. Well, we were too late. Nothing happened. Let's go up to this sector. And this puts us adjacent to a lot of them, so hopefully we can find something good here. Or we could just run into a mantis raider. Just taking pot shots at a defenseless NG supply station. Noticing that its weapons aren't much for the station's armor, it decides to attack us instead. Battle stations. So, alright, man. So many ships here have the burst laser. We gotta take it out, because otherwise that's gonna do a number on us. And if that ion happens first, we're gonna lose some shield. Alright, well, the ion missed, plus we took out the weapons before they got off all their shots, so we are completely safe here. And one thing to know about the mantis is they are bad at repairing stuff, whereas the NG are very good at repairing stuff. That's the main reason why that NG fight a few beacons ago was so hard to deal with because they fix stuff really fast. The NG do, whereas the Mantis take a while. But it looks like they're repairing stuff pretty quickly too. So it looks like they might actually have an NG aboard their ship as well. But no matter, we win this fight without actually taking any damage. So the ship explodes, leaving behind scrap material. Plus, we get a firebomb weapon to add to our system. Very nice. We didn't get anything from the NG station they were attacking. I guess because they had things under control. After all, that is what the text said. So, let's go. Let's go to... Let's go to this beacon, and then we'll go through those 3 that are very close to the exit. You overhear Mantis comm chatter. Negative. I have killed more humans. You gulp noticeably, but luckily they don't see you yet. We could just try to sneak by, or attack the ship. We are not afraid. We're gonna attack them. They don't have weapons to worry about, but they do have a teleporting system. We are gonna finally see what the Mantis look like. That is what the Mantis look like. Literally just praying mantises. Let's try. Or actually, okay. I was gonna try to lead them into the med bay for the fight, but they're actually taking it to the weapon system. The other thing about the Mantis is they move fast and they're very good at fighting. They do twice the damage of any other race. The thing is, they will teleport back if the teleporter is still up. Actually, we might just want that because I'm not sure we want it. Okay, well, actually one of the skills we have to get our guys up in is fighting. The only way you get up in fighting is by killing things. So we're actually going to try to take out their teleporter, just make sure we can actually kill this Mantis. And also because their weapons aren't really an issue, are they? Make sure we have enough time. So double teaming is making up for the fact that the Mantis have very powerful attackers. So we got the kill there. Very nice, got that experience. Now we need to send back to the med bay to heal back up. Meanwhile, we need to keep attacking their system. I've been neglecting the weapons a little bit. We got their piloting down so they can't dodge. Let's go for their shields next, so that they can't absorb any of these attacks. And then let's finish off by killing their med bay. Or actually, no, let's hit their engine instead. Because they just fixed their piloting, and now just hit them anywhere and finish them off. We need to close that door and re-aerate that room, just to be safe. As the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material, fuel, drone, and 13 scrap. Very nice. Alright, we're stocking up quite a bit, but we're not running into any stores. I do want to hit up a store before we spend any of this upgrading our stuff. But we find a small NG research vessel is trying to fend off a Mantis ship. You move in to engage, but after a quick scan of your ship, the Mantis ship retreats. The NG offer you a drone schematic as thanks for your timely arrival. Very nice. We get a little bit of scrap and a drone that we can use. So, since we don't have a drone system, that goes into our cargo. And we can either hold on to it until we do have a drone system, or we can just sell it when we get to a shop. Both are good options. In fact, there's a store right here. I'm going to hit up, it looks like we have time just to visit one more beacon and then the exit. I'm going to choose the store. I'm going to see what the store has. I have quite a lot of scrap to spend here. NG ship hails, engine upgrade necessary for travel home. Sale of equipment necessary for engine upgrade. Basically, they need scrap to upgrade their engine, and they're willing to sell the stuff to get that. Ooh, they got some good stuff here. They don't actually have any drones, so I'm going to sell this extra drone. Do I want this firebomb, actually? So what a firebomb does, first of all, bomb weapons require ammunition like the missiles do, but the bombs just teleport straight onto their ship so that they can get past defense drones and the like. What the firebomb does is it just starts fire in whatever room it explodes in. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's really the best weapon for me right now. So I think I'm gonna sell that too, just to take scrap. Now, here we've got some good choices to choose from. First of all, there are some augmentations we can get. So if we go back to the ship, there are 3 spots for augmentations. Just little parts that give us extra effects. I meant to go back to the store. So we can buy some here. We have the reverse ion field that has a 50% chance to negate ion damage, which is the stun weapons, basically. We have the hacking stun. If we have a hacking system, we can actually buy here. We'll talk about that. When we use a hacking pulse, everyone in the room will be stunned. We also have the scrap recovery arm that gives us more scrap from all sources. It's very nice. Now the systems we can get, there's the true teleporter again. There's the cloaking system we can get, so we can do the cloaking, disappear, and dodge a bunch of bullets. The cool thing about cloaking is when you're cloaked, your opponent's weapons don't charge, but yours still do. It's what also makes it a good system. But it's a very expensive system. And there's also hacking. It sends a drone to attach to one of the enemy's rooms, and then once it's attached, you can use an ability to disrupt or disable it. It does require drone parts, but we have plenty of drone parts we've built up. We could go for hacking, but I do like the scrap recovery arm. It'll help us just kind of build up more scrap that we can use to upgrade all our systems. And the fact that we're getting it early in the games means we can get the most use out of it. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to buy the scrap recovery arm and hacking. Now while we're here, we should fix up a little bit. Don't want to spend too much, because we want to spend a little bit on ship upgrades. First of all, we're going to need reactor power for the hacking system we just bought. I think we're also going to upgrade our sensors. So I think we've gone long enough without knowing what all crew are inside the enemy ships. And getting that upgrade will let us see inside the enemy ships. Alright, and now we are at the long-range beacon. When it's ready, we can jump to the next sector. We also get a refueling station, but we already have plenty of fuel, plus we don't really have any scrap left, so can't do anything there. And let's go to the next sector. What a choice. We can either go to the Zoltan controlled sector, or we can go to a Zoltan controlled sector. Oh my god, such a tough choice. I choose Zoltan control. Alright. We've entered Zoltan territory. The species is not renowned for giving anything for nothing, but you can always be assured of fair hearing. So the Zoltans are basically like energy beings. They're literally made out of just pure energy. And we'll see them in action now that we actually have sensors to see inside ships. And basically, the signature thing about their ships is those overshields we saw earlier. Alright, you arrive to find a lumbering Zoltan fighter with no one at the helm. It's a mystery what happened to the crew, but it'd be a shame to let the opportunity go to waste. We scrap that ship and take some of the stuff. See, it said we got 13 scrap, but because of that scrap recovery arm, we actually gotten just a 1 for 14. The extra scrap we get from that will build up over time, especially in later sectors where you generally get more scrap with every event. So let's go to this one, explore some more beacons, and see what's around. You don't have time to hail the Zoltan's ship that was waiting at this beacon before it jumps away. They are a careful race. Alright, nothing happens there. Alright, so we got some nebulas to work with here. I'm going to explore a few of the regular beacons and then kind of weave through the nebula here. So the cool thing about the nebula is it slows down the fleet, so you have a chance to explore more beacons and get more resources. But the other thing is the nebula beacons are a bit more of a crapshoot. There's more bad stuff that can happen in there. So we get a Zoltan ship makes contact. The nature of the day is rotational. The fever is emaciated. The reason is they've caught some nasty deep space dementia. Before you can consider finding help for them, they open fire. Wow, they've gone crazy. Alright, so that is what the Zoltan look like. Also, there's some new systems here. First of all, they have a clone bay. Clone bay can replace your medical bay, and what it does is it doesn't offer any healing, but when people on your ship die, as long as your cloning system is still active, they will just come back after a short time away. They will just come back to life and return to your ship. So they have that, so that's all good. If one of their guys dies, it just comes back. They also have a mind control system, and they've already used it on my engines guy. What it does, it lets them take control of one of your guys for a short period, and they start attacking other people on your ship, attacking the systems, and all that jazz. So, we're dealing with that. We gotta knock out their overshield. They have a burst laser and a halberd beam. This is not ideal. So, the halberd beam is a very strong beam weapon. Beams normally can't get through shields, but the halberd beam actually can get through one layer of shields, which is especially bad since they knocked out one of my layers of shields. I need to send my guys to go fix that quick. Also, when they have overshields, you cannot use, you can't use hacking or mind control on them because it cannot get through the super shields. So yeah, we took some damage there from that halberd beam, and it knocked out our sensors, so we can't actually see into the enemy ship anymore. We need to take out those weapons fast. We didn't quite do it, but what we can do is we can send a hacking drone onto their weapons system. We're going to see the hacking in action. So when hacking's on the weapon system, oh god, it took out our hacking and didn't finish. That's awkward. It's just kind of paused there in space. That's kind of funny. Please let that halberd beam go off while we still have 2 shields before the burst laser goes off. We need to send our burst laser onto the weapons to try to knock them out. Alright, that's good. Would have preferred knock out the burst laser, but they took control of one of our guys, and now he's trying to fight my guy. Yeah, this is not good. This is not going well. Need to attack the weapons again. Need to just get him out of there and just avoid the fighting, because all it is, we're both hurting each other. Come on, take out their... Oh my god! It's not good. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix my hacking so that I can go back to having hacked their weapon systems. Alright, so when we're hacking weapons, it takes the charge away from their weapons. So, we're gonna send that hack on. They're losing power on the weapons, so now we're gonna actually try to attack the weapons and knock it out for good, but it didn't quite work. Alright, our stuff's back online. I haven't put the weapon power back in yet. I need to keep my guys in separate parts of the ship so that mind control doesn't get them killed. I should also try to take out the mind control system altogether, which we did so successfully there. Mind control is out of commission. Now, Artemis Beam, try to take these weapons back out. We did. The halberd beam's out, at least. Alright, well, they got off that burst laser just before we could hack their weapons. They got 1 damage on us, but thankfully didn't hit his system, and now their shields are completely offline. Let's hack them so they can't get off a weapon charge, and attack them where it hurts in the piloting. There we go. There. Alright, that was kind of a doozy there. We're running out of missiles. We need to find new weapons. Hopefully ones which don't rely on missiles. Alright, let's just see kind of what's going around these beacons. Not much. So we'll just heal up and be on our way. We're kind of running low on health here. But while we were talking, while we are talking about health, let's pause here for a little bit. By pause, I mean let's literally check the pause screen. So, one of the things about unlocking ships is there are certain quest lines you can do to unlock the other big ship types, but you can also unlock like the B and C types of your ships by doing certain things. To unlock the B type, you need to get 2 of each ship's kind of special achievements. What it is for this ship is you need to get 6 unique aliens on the cruiser at the same time. We're actually having trouble finding any new crew whatsoever, so chances of this are growing slimmer. We have 11 systems installed on the ship at one time, which basically just load up on new systems. We still need to buy 2 more systems to get that one. Or, tough little ship, repair back to full health when it only has 1 HP remaining. That's a risky achievement to get. But we're going to have to get 2 of the 3 to unlock the B type of this ship. So we're just going to keep those in mind while we're playing. So we jump to this beacon. You're surprised when a stationary Zoltan ship open fires. It appears there are aggressive pugilists even among the enlightened. Alright, they've got 3 total firepower, so they might be able to damage us a little bit. Let's hope the timing is off just enough for us to avoid any serious damage. No, we did get 1 off, and it actually took out our piloting. But it looks like, since they're out of sync, the time difference is only going to get greater, and actually, even after that 1 burst, they're off time enough that the shield comes back before they all hit, so we are good to go here. Let's try to hit their engines, just so they can't dodge as much. There we go, they can't dodge at all, in fact. Now let's hit their shields so they can't block shots. Alright, and hit their piloting just to make absolute sure they can't dodge, because they're busy repairing the engines. There we go, they actually had a level 3 piloting. So I guess I should say, when you have when you upgrade the piloting, what it does is it lets you still get some evasion chance when your piloting isn't manned. So since they had level 3 piloting, they could have their guy leave the piloting station and they'd still have really good dodge chance. But we still beat them. The ship explodes, leaving behind all the scrap. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, and 24 scrap. We got a little bit more ammunition for the missile weapons, which is good. Keeps our options open in combat. Need to heal our pilot back up a little bit. We're good to go. We're gonna jump over. Yeah, we're gonna do this one last beacon, and then we're gonna weave our way through the nebula. The Rebel fleet goes half as fast when you're in the nebula, so we've got a lot of time to visit a lot of beacons and get more materials. They have a lot of weapons on the system, but luckily they don't have an overshield, so we can hack their weapons. Let's actually... I want to see what okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them get off those 2, because we have enough shield to absorb all that. Then we're going to hack them just to ruin the timing of the burst laser they have there. And that should help us not take so much damage here. The Ion's still gonna mess with us a little bit, and they have a lot of shields. I guess I should still try to attack them with the burst laser, but chances are gonna be better by just using missiles to get through the shields. We took out their piloting successfully, which means a burst laser should now do the trick. They knocked out one of our shield systems. We need to fix that pronto. messed up with my mouse commands a little bit. Can we get back the hacking. Nope, they already fired their shots. So since they can't dodge, go for the weapons. Try to knock out one of their weapons. Oh man, they've drained all the power from our weapons. We need to hack them to delay their weapons while we get the shield fixed, and then we need to send these guys back in to fix the weapons. And put our burst laser back on. They got their piloting fixed though, so this is, we're back to having to fight for the good stuff. They took out our piloting, and we're taking really too much damage here. This is not good. We gotta try to take out another layer of their weapons. We did. It's good. Now they're like all out of sync. This is good for us. We're gonna try to take out the piloting. The entity is way over on the other side of the ship, and he's got to get through 2 hacked doors to help them fix the piloting. So the piloting is gonna stay down for a while. It's gonna let us get off some good shots. Let's hack their weapons again, just for the sake of it. We'll use this Artemis missile to finish them off because they can't dodge. There we go. We are not looking too good here. The ship explodes. We get 3 fuel and 23 scrap. It's good. Good to heal these guys back up. Actually, that was the wrong guy. It's the pilot that needs to heal up. But what else? Alright, everyone back to your stations. Alright, what are we dealing with here? I think I'm gonna have to go for some ship upgrades in order to just keep us from losing more health. Well, the only thing that's really gonna help us from losing health is upgrading the engines. It's really the only thing that's gonna do it. But yeah, I'll get 1 upgrade on the engines, just give us a little bit more dodge chance. In fact, our pilot actually has the level up, so now they give us +7 evasion instead of +5, so that is good. But we desperately need to heal up. Let's see what is in this nebula sector. Without active sensors, you have no other options but to look out of the viewports in apprehension. It's eerily quiet. Nothing happens. Let's go through this nebula now. We're running it. You jump into the calmer part of the nebula, however, your relief fades as a rebel scout jumps to the beacon and moves in to attack. Alright, they have a missile launcher and an ion weapon. The fact that they only have 3 systems means they probably have really good engines. So I'm going to hack their engines. And what happens is when I use the hacking pulse, their evasion lowers to literally nothing. They actually didn't have too much evasions. Maybe I should have just hacked weapons to avoid some damage, but whatever. As long as they don't hit my weapons, I should be good. Although they actually ruined my hacking. So my entire plan of knock out their evasion kind of fell out of place because they hacked my or they destroyed my hacking. But nevertheless, we managed to get all 3 of our shots to hit on the weapon system, knocking them totally out, so we got nothing to worry about. Just finish off this ship. Right, we've got 6 hull left. If we can actually get into a position where we can specifically choose to take 1 damage, or take damage to get us down to 1 health, that could help us get that other achievement. Or one of those achievements we need to unlock the B type of this ship. But for now, we just get 3 fuel and 24 scrap. Nice. If we can find a store within this nebula, that would probably be ideal. There's not a lot of options for making sure we can fully explore this area. I think we're gonna... I'm just gonna go with it. just kind of explore and just see what happens. You can't see anything through the thick gases surrounding your ship without knowing what is out there. All you can do is wait for your FTL to charge. So nothing happened there. There is actually a store here. Very nice. I think we are going to jump to this beacon first, see if we find anything. Actually, I'm gonna go up and around here, just pass through a couple of couple of beacons rather, before we go there. This drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for a rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as hostile. It is attacking our. It hacked, or it took control of our weapons guy. I think we can deal with him being mind controlled, because I think like low-level mind control only lasts long enough to knock out one layer of a system, so we can just deal with our missiles being gone, and just focus instead on knocking out weapons. We have to hack their weapons just to make sure that the first burst wasn't going to do too much damage to us, but we got rid of the weapons now, so we have nothing to worry about. Let's take out the mind control now so it doesn't happen again. And then piloting to finish the job. And as you can see, they're slowly healing the weapons here. The automated ships have no pilots on board, but they do have an auto-healing system that slowly works over time. But it is not fast enough for us to have to worry about it in that situation, so we are good. 3 fuel and 26 strength, and a drone part. To replace the one we used to hack. Alright. I think, yeah, we've got enough time to jump to this, go over here, and then back to the store. We'll have to take a redundant step to go back to the nebula, but for the sake of getting money to spend at the store, I think it's worth it. Receive a private message to the area of off limit. Submit your ship to processing. It's only one guard shipping a lonely beacon. You decide to fight your way out. Alright. Okay, that is a flat cannon. What that does, it fires a bunch of small shots in a little area based on what room it's targeting. It's good. It's not so good for doing damage to the ship so much as it is knocking out the shields for the other weapons to hit. But thankfully, yeah, it's not good at coordinating weapons like that. So we can just kind of bombard them, take out. We will spend a missile to help take out the overshield. We're actually gonna have to. We may have to use one to. What am I thinking? We have to use one to get through this double-layer shield they have on, or alternatively, once we get the overshield knocked out, we can hack their shields to pull their shields down for the burst laser to get through it. I think that's what we're gonna do. Actually, let's go ahead and use one Artemis missile to try to take out the shields and just see if we can do this way. Alright, well, that'll work. I think we can just deal with their weapons. Because the timing's off on their weapons enough that we don't have to worry too much about us getting hit. I thought I was unpaused, but I was actually paused. But that is not too much of a setback, really. They did get one hit on our weapons, so we gotta fix that back up. But that's not too urgent because I'm not really using the Artemis missile much anyway. They knocked out our hacking. That's not too much of a problem either. Now, if we can just get the weapons off, we really won't have anything to worry about. We are slowly taking a little bit of damage. Oh man, this is not ideal. Thinking, what I could do is intentionally lower my shields and let that heavy laser hit me once, so that I take 2 damage. That gets me down to 1 health, and then I just have to make it to the store to heal it back up and get the achievement. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna intentionally pull our shields down. Or not. It looks like their weapons room is actually on fire because the heavy laser just went down. Actually, Big B, my engine guy, has been fixing enough stuff. He actually got an upgrade, so he fixes stuff slightly faster, 10% faster, in fact. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna finish this ship off. We'll have some chances to get down to 1 health before we hit the store in the next 2 beacons. Get 3 fuel and 21 scrap. That's good. Alright, Bixby, go back to the engine room. Fish, come to the med bay so we can heal you back up. There we go. Alright, back into the weapons room for you. Let's jump now to these nebulas, and then we'll hit the store, go back to the nebula, and to the exit. Uh-oh. You spy 2 pirate ships lurking in the nebula. They remain unaware of your presence. You're able to get your scanners to at least identify their cargo. One is carrying the fuel supplies, the other the ammunition. They begin to drift away from each other in the storm. You can either leave them alone altogether, try to secure the fuel supply, or secure the ammunition. One thing to notice, we are in a plasma storm, and what that means is your reactor only works half as well. You only have half power for the fight here. We're gonna try to get the fuels, or actually, should we get the ammunition? I guess we've got plenty of fuel. The ammunition is probably more important. Let's try to get it. They have cloaking. That looks like a burst laser Mark 1, which is 2 shots, and an ion cannon here. So, see, let's just get on with this fight. Now we're gonna have to pause. So yeah, it is an ion weapon and a burst laser. Looks like they're both up. Where are we gonna divert power? Should I get it to the shields? This is tough because I don't have a lot of. What am I thinking? I don't have a lot of power to work with. I need to get the burst laser up and running. I could either turn off the engines and leave myself with no dodge chance, or I could turn off a layer of the shields. God, that ion weapon makes this tough. I'm not sure what to do. Or, okay. I'm gonna turn off oxygen for now. My crew's gonna lose oxygen for a little bit here. But I'm doing that so that I can get my hacking online, and I'm going to hack their weapons. So that they can't fire so much on me. We're gonna hack that burst laser Mark 1 to get it down, and hopefully we can take it out with this burst laser. That is the wrong room. That was the doors room. We need to hit the weapons room. Okay. Our shield's back online. Alright, we got their weapons up. Alright. That was... Whew, that made me nervous. But we made it out. I think... Yeah, I had a feeling their cloak was going to come back online at just the wrong time. The good thing about hacking is I can see what progress they are on fixing the system. So what did we attack next? We attacked the shield next. Didn't quite knock out a layer of their thing. Okay, so... Yeah, I guess we go for the cloaking next. And we're gonna hack their weapons again so they're not charging that. Probably gonna take 1 damage here from the burst laser. Although, actually, if we can get the shot off. Oh yeah, because we took out the cloaking. That's why they're not cloaking. Silly me. Going to attack their... what do I do here? Because my hesitation to just attack the shields and knock that out is because of the fact that there's an achievement I need for getting to 1 whole health and healing all the way back up. But it's a very risky position to be in if I'm going to be doing that. I think I'll go for the shields. Alright, the shields are knocked out. I'm going to take 1 damage from there, unless we miss one. Oxygen's offline. I need to fix that because I'm going to need to pull it back online really quick here. Let's knock their... Oh god, this is not good. Their ions back on. If my... Okay, I guess this is just the way we're gonna do it, because I can't hack fast enough to take that. What am I thinking? I can't hack fast enough to get the burst laser back offline. In fact, I can't hack at all now because they hit it. I'm in deep trouble here. Okay, if I need to just... Okay, no. Go back to the weapon room. We just need that burst laser to charge quick. Oh god. Oh, this is awful. I am so screwed here. This is bad. This is really bad. My crew's gonna start suffocating here. Okay, go to the engines. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay. Turn off. I need to get. Oh god. Oh no. So not good. I think I'm dead here unless I dodge both of these shots. This is not good. Oh, what? Oh my god. How did I survive that? What the... Both of those needed to miss, and I dodged both of them. Oh god, but my crew's dying now. My crew's dying. Get everyone to the med bay now. Just get everyone to the med bay while the oxygen fills back up. Oh, how did I survive that? That was crazy. Alright. Yeah, just let the oxygen fill back up. Let's open up all the doors just to aerate a little bit faster. We're gonna take our time and just let the oxygen fill back up after that debacle. Oh, wow. I don't even understand how I'm still going here. Alright. That's fixed. Get everyone back into their stations, but we're more than happy to just wait a little bit and let everything fill back up. But what are we looking at? Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack to the safe beacon first and then go to the store. I'm not gonna traverse through this unknown beacon. In fact, we can just do that right now because we know there's nothing to worry about. Wow, okay. So that was very risky, but we get this achievement for getting down to 1 health and healing all the way back up. Let's see. Oh, we can hire some more guys. There's some ants we can hire, plus a slug we can get. But first, our main priority is obviously fix the whole ship, and we just got that achievement. Very nice. So the store now. There's the backup battery we can get, or we can just buy. Yeah, this isn't ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on buying any new crew. I need to spend the money to stock up a little bit on missiles because I'm not well equipped and I'm not finding the new weapons I need. But yeah, I'm gonna jump here. Well, there was a store up there, but there's no way I was gonna get that in time. Well, I don't know. I guess in the end, maybe I should have gone to that other store instead, but whatever. We'll just deal with this. Nothing happens at this beacon, and you just got a really nice view for the windows, and we have to admit, it was pretty beautiful, is what the text said. So, we're now at the long-range beacon. Arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. Ooh, we can either scrap the debris or board the station and look for survivors. We're gonna look for survivors. Human corpses are scattered across the station. You find the source of the signal, a lone survivor that locked themselves in a storage closet. You quickly retreat with them in tow back to the ship, and you hope they can recover enough to be of some use. We found a new member of the ship, Malot. He's already trained in engines, but we already have, he's trained in piloting. We already have our pilot. We're gonna probably put him on shields, and we also find a little bit of scrap. There's your new home, the shields. We will save that current position. Those are your stations. So there is not enough time for us to go to anything and get back. So instead we just have to go to this rebel-controlled sector. We're almost halfway through here. The sector was bustling with activity just a few years ago. Now more than half of the jump beacons have been destroyed. Many settlements have been abandoned, and the rebels patrol constantly. We are in enemy territory here. Alright. Let's see. So this is a little bit weird starting position. We can either go up and around, go here, or just kind of go straight through to the middle there. Let's go to this. Actually, first, we still need oxygen to go up, but we're not going to have to deal with the ions, the plasma storm again, so the oxygen will just fill back up over time. Alright, so we have the AI Rebel Scout detects us as a threat and engages. They have... Oh, and their FTL is also charging, so we gotta do this quick unless we want the enemies to be alerted. They have an ion weapon and a missile. That's not good. And they've got a long cloak. This is good. Okay. Obviously we gotta hack something. Do we want to hack the evasion to make sure we can get our shots off, or do we want to hack the cloaking or the weapons? I think let's hack the piloting so that we can remove their dodge chance and make sure our weapons get through. Okay, so now let's hit them. What do I want to do? Let's hurt their cloaking. And then we'll use the burst laser to... Well, what do we want to damage with the burst laser, actually? Let's try to take out the evasion, just so... Or, we'll take it... Yeah, we'll take out the piloting. Just so... Oh, okay. Well, those shots missed just because our hacking went down, so they got themselves out of the hack. And now our shields are down, which is not too much of an issue. The ion is annoying, but... shouldn't be too much of an issue. Let's try to take out the... Oh my god! Wow, okay, I have to... It's gonna get away. There's nothing I can do about it. It charged up too fast, and the fact that it knocked out our hacking meant it escaped. And now the fleet is now chasing us down double speed. That was really bad. I need more weapons, or else that stuff's gonna happen more and more, because now most of the ships have double shields, but I still only have this burst laser, so I don't have weapons that are capable of getting through the shields other than this missile launcher, and I'm almost out of ammo with it. I need new weapons. So I gotta visit here, but we're gonna have less time to explore this sector because of that. Federation encrypted signal being broadcast from nearby planet. It could be a trap, or investigate it. Last time it was a trap, but there's random chances, so it could be anything. You find a secret Federation outpost, but it appears the rebels have found it for you. The place is empty, and faint blood stains can be seen in the living quarters. You find the encrypted signal emitter and shut it off before leaving. Well, that's too sad. We got here too late. Just move on to the next sector, or the next beacon, rather. You come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship. Weapons engaged. Let's help out that civilian ship. They've got drones, but luckily these are all beam drones, so they're gonna have to get through our shields first, and they only have a missile and an ion, so we should be safe. and I'm gonna hack their shields so that my burst laser can get through the shields. We're gonna have to take a hit from this missile unless we can dodge it. We did dodge it. All right, let's hack them, take down the shields, and let's hit them in the weapons so we stop taking damage from the missile. That should be good. We're not gonna, we're not in any rush to get an extra stop, so we can take our time until, well, we'll give it a shot. It's probably not gonna do much. Didn't anticipate that actually hitting, but now we can hack their shields down again and get this burst laser off on their piloting. Alright, piloting's out, they can't dodge anymore. Now we can just slowly do damage at our own pace. Let's hit that weapons again, just make sure the missile launcher stays off. And let's get the, well, let's do another hack and then use it to take out the shielding. So now they're only at 1 later, I can do more damage without having to wait for the hacking. This is good. Burst laser on the engines, set them on fire, but since there is no oxygen in those ships, the fire is just going to go out quickly anyway. We'll wait for the hack just because it's almost there anyway. Get their piloting back off, and we have beaten this ship. We actually didn't take any damage, I don't think. Alright, ship breaks apart for a missile drone, 15 scrap, and now we talk to the civilian ship. It was a science vessel, and they offer a reward for saving them. 3 fuel, a missile, and 33 scrap. That was a good scrap haul for saving that ship. Very nice. We've got quite the scrap to work with, but we need to save this for a shop because, like we were talking about, we're kind of boned unless we can get extra firepower. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for mercenary ships to aid him. Shall we respond? Yeah, let's offer our services. Your ship seems reasonably equipped. A freighter carrying a shipment of my goods is a week late. The flews flew to a pirate-filled sector in their haste, and I fear the cargo's safety. I'm looking for a less incompetent captain to investigate. We'll gladly do that for you. At least you're confident for what little that's worth. Here's their last known location. Alright, it's added a quest marker to this sector, and in order to get the reward from that, we have to go visit that quest marker. Looks like it's a little ways away, so it looks like there is a store here, so it looks like our plan is going to be to wrap around here and then get to the exit. So we're going to do just that. I'm going to go this jump first just to try to get a little extra scrap. But we're running into a... You receive a message on a low-band channel. You're surrounded just like the last of your Federation friends. Just die already. The enemy has teleported onto your ship. We have intruders and we have to fight this ship. This is not good. Alright, and they're in the engines room starting a fight. Let's send those guys in there to win that fight. Oh, they're actually bringing more guys. This is not good. Now they're attacking the engines room. So what can we do here? Let's actually... Oh no, they're coming to assist in this fight. What? Okay, what let's do instead is kind of drain out the oxygen on the ship to bait them into the med bay room so that we can fight them there. That's what we're gonna do. Get them all to the med bay room. Actually, we don't need oxygen right now, do we? Because we're trying to drain the ship of oxygen. Now, should we use a missile? I think we're good. Based on the weapons they have, they need to have perfect timing to do any damage at all. And they don't have it, and it's going to take them a while to get it, so I'm not worried about trying to take out their weapons. So I'm not going to rush to use the Artemis missile. We can just take our time, knock out their shields, just make it easier to hit them. Alright, we got 2 hits there. Oh, okay. Well, we're dealing with all these boarders. 2 of them survived and made it back to the ship, but now we can bring the oxygen back onto the ship while we deal with this last guy. And let's see if we can actually attack the oxygen room and kill that guy. We're gonna try to, let's go for it again. Or let's get Biggie back to the engine room, just so we can level up his skills. We're gonna attack the oxygen room again when we get a chance, just to try to kill this guy. If we can kill all their crew, so we haven't really touched on this much because I don't have a build meant for killing the crew, but if you can actually kill all the crew on the ship, that also counts as a win in the combat. So we're gonna see if that's a possibility here. Just killing all their crew instead. So he killed that boarder. Well, now he's dead. Let's get Mallet back to the shields to just help him level up. Get Finn back to the med bay, heal back up. If we can, I guess the only real chance we have of getting a win by killing all the crew is if this burst laser starts a fire in that room. That's our only really real chance. And it did start a fire in that room. Very nice. That can kill him. And he's trapped in that room. He can't escape. He's gonna die, and we're gonna win by killing off all the crew. Very nice. And the good thing about that is, since in the kind of logic of it, the ship is now crewless, you can just take whatever you want from it, and you don't have to worry about stuff flying off because it was destroyed in space. So you tend to get better rewards for winning by killing off all the ship, and as you can see, we get a lot of scrap for this fight. Alright, we are well prepared. Let's hit the store. Alright, we need good weapons. Pray to RNG this. You discover a resupply station used by rebels and civilians alike. You transmit your fake ship identification, and for once, they don't seem to recognize your ship. You try to assume the air of a local as you prepare to dock. We're sneaking into a rebel port, or a rebel shop. What am I trying to say? Ooh, okay, they've got some good weapon options. They most certainly do. On what systems they have? Just the drone control, on backup battery, or we can switch to a clone bay. They've got some people for sale. We might want the NG, because mentioned before, the NG fixed the ship twice as fast as anyone else, so that could help us with staying in a fight when we're starting to take damage. There's the reconstructive teleport augment, which if we were using a teleporting instantly heals them back to full health. There's the backup DNA bank, which if you had a clone bay, what it would do is, normally, if your clone bay is destroyed when the guys die, you lose the clones. You can't get it back, but backup DNA bank keeps it safe until you can get the clone bay back up and running. There's the FTL jammer, which doubles the time it takes for enemy ships to escape. Would have been useful in that one fight, but usually it's not that good. But the real star of the show, we have the halberd beam, which is a 2 damage beam that can go. If you get a good room set up on the enemy ship, you can hit 5 rooms with it, which is very nice. We also have that burst laser that can take out the shields and make sure the halberd beam can get through. Or, alternatively, we can go for the burst laser Mark III, which actually fires up 5 shots at once, instead of just 3 like the burst laser Mark II. Which of these do we want to go with, though? I'm thinking, because the burst laser Mark III requires 4 power. We'd have to, if we want to run this at the same time as the burst laser Mark II, we'd have to get a lot of upgrades on our weapon system first. the halberd beam, we'd only need to upgrade twice. We need 3 upgrades, only 2 upgrades, plus this is already cheaper. Let's buy the halberd beam. We're gonna make that decision. I think we're good on resources for now. Yeah, we'll worry about, we might have to refuel at the next store we see, just based on how many we get from the encounters. And now that we have the halberd beam, we don't have to worry too much about missiles, because we have an alternative now. So let's get fish back to the weapons room. So, it will cost us most of our things to upgrade the weapon systems, but we can do it. We have to take power away from other sources to have enough power to run the halberd beam. But we do have it. The halberd beam is up and running. So, and also, with the weapon system, you can move around the weapons lifts, and what that does is basically the stuff on the right is the stuff that's going to deactivate first when your weapon system loses power, either to getting hit or if you just like actually take it away like that. It just changes the priority of the weapons basically. So let's just run it like that. We're gonna have to, in the next few encounters, we'll have to get some scrap to upgrade the. What am I thinking? We'll have to upgrade our reactor so that we can keep all of our systems powered fully at the same time. We need to take out their weapons so that they don't hurt us too much with that large missile. In fact, that does hit us. I forget what. I think it's her Hermes missile, because that did 3 damage. We need to get a second guy in there to help fix that breach and then fix the engines. And now our halberd beam's ready. This ship did not actually have any shields, so this is going to do a lot of damage. It's 2 per room. And they are dead. Now we need to just take a little time to heal back up. By the way, we are in an asteroid field, and what that does is, you probably saw it, occasionally asteroids will just come out and attack both ships. And you either have to dodge it or have a shield absorb it. Luckily we have plenty of shields. Alright, Bixby, you need to go back and heal up. We need to divert power to the med bay so that you can actually do that. Alright, how's everyone doing on the levels? We actually have max level on both the piloting and the engines, so that's good. Fish is almost max leveled on the weapons, and Mallet still has plenty of work to go on the shields. Alright, yeah, that's all looking good. We cannot upgrade here because of the environmental danger, so have to wait for another beacon to upgrade the reactor. Once we arrive at the location of distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire, and we can't plot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Can you lead us there? Yeah, let's try to lead them there. Take this bit of scrap as a down payment. We'll use your jump signatures to follow you. You're really helping us out here. There's a quest marker that will be in the next sector that will represent this little request. And it gives us 18 scrap just for agreeing to do it. Alright, now, let's address the other quest we have right now. You arrive at the last known location of the merchant's delivery. You begin to scan for the lost ship. You find a severely damaged ship floating among some debris. The crew hails you. I can't believe that cheap bastard sent someone after us. I thought we would freeze to death. If you help us complete the delivery, we'll share the reward and join your crew. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Promise to deliver the cargo and ask if anyone be interested in joining your crew, or just take the cargo but drop them off at a nearby station. Let's deliver that. And we get a rock man to join us who's already good at fixing things. Very nice. They upload the delivery destination once on board. One takes you up on your offer, the rest you drop off at a nearby station. Alright, where are we going to put the rock man? So the other 2 stations that can be manned are the sensors, which just give you an extra level, and okay, so the 4 levels on sensors are, if you don't have any levels, you can only see rooms that your guys are inside of. 1 level, you can see inside your own ship. 2 levels, you can see inside the other team's ship. 3 levels, you can see how charged the weapons are on your enemy's ship. And the 4th level is you can see all of their power distribution. You can see how much, how strong each system is and how much power is in it currently. We could also put them indoors, and basically just each door level means the doors get stronger. Once it's at level 1, anyone can walk through it. It's not a problem. At level 2, enemies have to bust the door open before they can get through, and just the more levels you get, the harder it is to bust open the door. I think we're gonna hold him in the sensors bay for now, and just have him just give us more vision on what the enemy is doing. Drive to the long-range beacon with FTL drive is charged. You can jump to the next sector. There is an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling post. Let's defend that post. Detecting the higher threat, the automated ships are moving in to engage your ship. They've got a lot of weapons. Let's hack their weapons while we're waiting, just so that we don't take a lot of damage while we're waiting for the burst laser and halberd beam to charge up. So hack the weapons. And we just want to time it so that, and actually if we can get, no, let's just hack it now. Alright, the burst laser is going. Let's try to knock down a level of shield or 2. We got both of them knocked down. Halberd beam can wipe right through all of this. We can actually connect 4 rooms here. And let's rip through that. Oh, died in 1 shot. Nice. Ship breaks apart. We get a fuel drone, 17 scrap. We contact the outpost, and they thank us with a fuel drone, 33 scrap. Very nice. Yeah, now we're getting more scrap per encounter now that we're kind of deeper in, so that scrap recovery arm we got is helping us quite a bit, just slowly increase our stores over time. Hey, it's ChirpingMatt in post. I'm just going to say we're going to stop right there. I'm sorry, but these runs get really long, so I'm going to split these in 2 for the most part. 4 sectors in the first part, 4 sectors in the second part. Otherwise, videos get really long. Plus, they take a while to edit, and this is an excuse to give me more time. That's also what it is. But anyway, see ya!